Does it look like Arabia?
No, this is Keller's version of Mega Random.
Eh? Oh right. Oh yeah, that was funny. Did you remember that? That was so funny on HD. Oh,
The
those are the
best thing is
days.
that map will still be out there. There'll be because we spread it
Oh
to people by sending it
yeah.
to them. So there will be people that every now and again pick a Mega Random map and it's just Arabia. Just change the
That's
name.
actually gonna be. Do you think that? Yeah, that is. That was so funny. Oh god. Anyway, we're into a game. Of course, it's Team Game Arabia, and looking at the teams, I think you're pretty much spot on there. It's going to be pretty much a Russian stack, with one unfortunate Russian being with the rest of the world team. We'll call it. And
Yeah, I don't know
what's
that guy, so
hmm,
it's possible that they don't really know him either. I know he's Russian, or it says he's Russian, but I've seen Ripard play with Winchester and Sticky Fingers before, whereas I personally haven't seen I am Kaidsa play with them. So it might be that they don't actually know him. I don't know.
all right? So let's introduce the players, of course, on their teams. Let's actually go with the Russian stack, shall we? It looks to me. Let's find the flank first. All right, here we go. I think it's here. Is it here? Yes, it is. I'm looking at teal. It's going to be played by Ariat. He's going to be playing Japanese flank. All right, I really need to get the grey thing on. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to get the grey mod on. I really apologize to that guy. Some guy was like, "You need to get the grey mod on." I was like, "I know. I'll do it next game." And I haven't done it for 2 games. So I'm awful. I'm an awful human being. Anyway, EB supported by the pocket of Repard, who's going to be playing as the Korean pocket. And on the other pocket for the Russian team, we're going to have Vic Winchester playing as the Celts pocket, and supporting on the flank for him will be supporting the flank. It will be Sticky Fingers as playing as the Aztec flank. And
Mhm.
what you want the other
Uh,
team, Tony? You take it away.
no, that's your job. That's fine. I'm
Uh,
just here for
no,
the
no.
interesting things.
Sharing is caring, Tony. We all know this.
So Waslauft, you just wanted me to say his name, didn't you?
Yep, yep.
Is Aztec. So it's Aztec Mirror at the
Ooh.
bottom, which is good, I think, because if you had like Aztecs versus Koreans, it could be a very one-sided
Yeah, good luck.
match. So it's kind of nice to have. In fact, it's also the pockets are mirrored. Hashuki is pocket Celts versus Winchester. Pocket Celts, so that's also mirrored. In fact, the whole game is mirrored. The pocket, the top pocket is I am Kaidsa and he's Koreans, with the flank as Valas, Japanese. So all the civs are mirrored. So this is as mirrored as this is the most quote unquote boring mirrored dry Arabia game you're gonna find.
I mean, yeah, that's probably kind of true a little bit. I mean, fully mirrored up in all sections. And you haven't exactly got civs that are pretty quick off the block, except for Aztec, let's say. I mean,
No,
you've got
they're
Korean,
all late game civs,
yeah, got
admittedly.
Korean and Jap.
Japanese and Aztecs.
Yeah, Jap's pretty good. It's all right. But yeah, it's all mirrored. It's all good, nonetheless. I had to talk about the normally when I get like a random or even team games like this, like I had to talk about the flank matchups or whatever. But they were both mirrored, so we should just talk about
Yeah.
the Aztec. What about the Japanese matchup? Again, um, it's like it's like a 1v1 situation. I guess to see like what Drush FC like archers, but we could also see maybe something like Man at Arms play from the Japs. It's you like to do Man at Arms for Japanese.
Yeah, I do. The Japanese man at arms can kill a villager in so fast because of the hit bonus. This, the attack speed bonus. And their eco's very like flexible. I don't know, is probably the right word
Hmm.
because of the cheaper buildings.
I think you're spot on with that flexibility. I think you're absolutely right because it's so easy to transition. If you need to go to another lumber camp, it's only
Yeah.
50 wood. And this to me that Valas has to go and bring that ball back. It's something of an issue. He's all right. It's fine.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, as you said, Ariat is going for that drush. She's took 10 gold and making the barracks. So is Valas. So it's drush war at the top, and Aztecs will both presumably be drushing as well. Yes, they are. So it's drushes all around.
Yay, drushes all round. I mean, you have to do it though with
What
Aztec, I
pocket
think.
could drush? Winchester, go on, give me a drush.
Go on, count
No, he's got
those.
farms.
Oh, he's got no. He's going to goal. He's got already got one person on the goal front. He's only at. Oh, I'm looking. Oh, so I'm looking at Kaiser. My apologies. I'm looking at Kaiser. For
No,
some reason, I thought.
Winchester, neither pocket's drushing
For
though.
some
But
reason, I
he
thought
can.
Winchester was blue. What?
Strong.
Strong. Actually, is he going to go for a feudal play here? Hey, he's putting a mining
Yeah,
camp down.
Kaiser.
Yeah, Kaiser. I mean, let's have a look at the resources
Yeah,
for
could
Kaiser.
be. One farm.
Hmm.
He should have more farms by now if he's going FC.
Well, he brought deer
Up
in.
now, 23 pop? No, adding another.
I,
Maybe he just doesn't have the farms because of the deer, like you said.
yeah, he's about another one now. But he's looking pretty solid to go. I don't know why he's making any more bills. If he's going to go for a feudal play anyway, I think.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's going FC.
Why
Adding
would you go
another
to
farm.
gold so early, though? That's 100 wood that's spent. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
but
you're
that
Celts.
wood should have been 2 farms.
Also Koreans, but still, like, what the hell? Like, hmm.
Yeah, no, like you said, that was odd. That wood should have been farms rather than a mining camp. But it's fine though. It's not really a problem.
Hmm. Okay, interesting. Winchester is clicking up first to the feudal age. He's going to go up in 27 pop and looking pretty solid, it seems, across the board. Nothing much to talk about. No, it's pretty like expected stuff. What about these drushes though? Up top, I'm having a little bit of engagement. How's it going to work out?
Looks like a draw.
Yeah, it's looking alright. I mean, considering all factors, like Kaiser's scout was so close. I thought any second now he's going to jump in and make the fight a little bit unbalanced. Oh, but Gaia's on their side though. One wolf gets picked up.
Ariat should lose this because the enemy pocket scout is here and the wolf is on his militia.
Oh my god.
Although it's now switched. But it's going to be like 1 militia left by the time this wolf dies.
Or maybe not. It looks like it's going to be... Oh, well, practically one, let's just say, because that was very weak.
7 HP. So he can kill deer, that's something he can do.
And the other good thing as well is that when we're talking, like, generally about drushes as well, like, I think anyway, is that if you're going on the aggressive and the guy goes on, like, defensive, even if you lose and you've got, like, the other guy's got, like, one and, like basically one left, it's not the end of the world because by the time he gets over there, you should be pretty much entering the feudal age and can easily just beat it up anyway with your own scout or whatever if you got it alive.
Check the bottom. The other drushes are now fighting.
Oh,
There's
yes.
a mill of yellow.
Oh, that's not the best idea. I think.
So he shouldn't. Yeah. Sticky Fingers should win that easily because of the villagers.
Well, that's a really weird fight though because, like, yeah, the villagers should have got involved, but they just stood there because I think the militia died in question.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh,
To a militia that died straight away.
yeah, that's unfortunate. You should win the fight though, I think. But wow, this is pretty good work here from Wasserluft.
Yeah, it's the same story. There'll be 1 militia left, or
Yeah, it's the same story. It's like 2 left, 1 pretty weak. Yeah, it's okay.
both pockets. Sorry if I breathed really loudly then. Both pockets, I think, are just playing standard, or all pockets. Big walls, big team walls from the Russian team.
Yeah, that's the sort of communication I expect to see, just sort of like team wars coming up and so on. It's so effective, like when you get team wars up like that. It's not even funny.
Although they might have miscommunicated because Sticky Fingers just flared that cliff, and they're in TeamSpeak, so I feel sure he will have said wall to this cliff. Oh no, it looks like Vinchester's. Yeah, okay. Vinchester's checked it out and has found. I thought for a minute they were going to leave the gap between the 2 cliffs because they thought they'd walled to the same cliff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But he went and checked, so yeah, they are going to be T-walled.
Fair enough. It looks like a little bit of poking and prodding onto one of the villagers here of Kaiser, but by Repa, but it's okay, all good. I was thinking, because you got Korean pockets, I think maybe one person might do something different and go like war wagons. Although I'm not a big fan of like war wagon from pocket because it's just so so intensive on resources wise. It's just not even funny.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good strategy at all. Not in serious games.
Yeah. Well, this is coming from someone that decides to do Frank Pocket Castle drops, but and in ranked games.
The Frank forward castle throwing axeman monk push is a much more legitimate strategy than
The Teutonic Knights.
Sure.
No, it's more legit than Teutonic Knights, I feel, because like that game.
Teutonic Knights are pretty strong.
When Kong asks for knights and Chris sends Teutonic Knights, 1 minute later Kong resigns. Oh, the nostalgia.
He asked for knights and Chris made him knights.
That is, yeah.
Didn't specify horseback knights. He just said knights.
Yeah, that's very much true.
Teutonic knights are still knights.
I'm just seeing Loom being researched here by Hashuki. I mean, that's very bold to do so. To go up, I feel like... Yeah, Castle Age Loom. Good for him. But he's got one stable. I mean, I think this is standard for Celts, so just go one stable, get 3 TCs up, get a good economy, then like transfer into 4, 5 stables if you want to, or whatever you feel like doing best.
Yeah, that is, I think, both Celts' strategy. Although Winchester's missing the second or the third TC. Oh, he's doing it now at the top. What about the Korean pockets? What are they doing? Both going 2 stables, I think.
Yes, it looks like it's 2 tables from Repard, and it looks, I think, the same thing here from, yeah, absolutely, the 2 tables from both, and the Japanese, again, both doing 2 ranges apiece as well. So Crossbow and Bodki will be coming for both at pretty much the exact same time. It's just, I couldn't get any closer, really, in terms of timings.
Yeah, it's a very even game at the moment. It'll all come down to execution of this, because they're both doing the same strategy.
Yeah.
So it'll be execution and teamwork. Army positioning is what will probably decide this game now. Well, assuming it's decided in Castle Age, which it probably won't be.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like positioning, I think is so important. Like in all games, but like also in a Arabia team game, really important. Like finding those hills, finding good areas, and in a way, I don't want to say predicting, but like having a good idea of where your opponent might be. Like you might be coming up. I mean, to be here at this point.
One point to sort of keep an eye on is we have a map spawn where no one has 2 corners, if that makes sense.
Oh yes, yes.
If you look at both flanks,
mm-hmm.
Someone needs to take corner for them to be able to trade. So if you're a good team that's playing well and are communicating well, someone will do that in Castle Age.
Yeah.
Not just yet, but maybe like minute 25 or something. Someone will go out and stonewall. I think Ariat should probably do it because it looks easier for him to wall. And for the other team, yeah, I guess the same. So I think the Japanese players should both be fighting over that corner.
Yes, I think absolutely true. I think Ariat's probably got I don't know, who's got better advantage for that position? Valas or Aria? I think it's fairly even in all honesty, but it's hard. I think maybe he should Sticky Fingers try and go for his corner.
Yeah, I mean he can. Obviously, of course he can.
This is where having... Sorry, I didn't interrupt.
I don't know, the main focus perhaps should be on getting Imperial Age, doing Eagles.
Bit of engagement up top right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but there's engagement. Looks like a couple of knights went down. I think really too much, but there is quite a lot of crossbows there from Aria. It's defending very well, and I think, yeah, Baz has a backup. He hasn't got enough, and this will probably provide opportunity for Aria to get on the aggressive side. But he'll go back to the hill. I think that'll be okay. So just go back to the hill, and then there's no way that Ariat will. Instead, I think Ariat will have to go round the hill.
Yeah, well, Ariat only has the advantage because he was defending. Like they do have the same army size. It's just that half of Valas's army was at home because he was attacking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as soon as they pull back, although see, this is what I meant by positioning. Kaidsa has left the crossbows of Valas.
Oh yeah, that was not good.
Repard has not. So the teamwork from the Russian team is better, and it's cost Valas like 4 or 5 crossbows, and now he has. Oh no, okay, they still have the same army number. I don't know how that happened, but.
but your point's still valid though in terms of the fact that he didn't say I've gone back or anything like that, and then he kind of got a little bit like punished because of it. Just a small amount. Now the map control has gone in in Ariat's favor now. Just a little bit, so that's very nice. How about the south? What's going on in the south part of the map? Not awfully too much. It looks pretty static in all honesty. It looks like Sticky Fingers is just going to play a little bit defensive here. He's got all his crossbows I think back in his base. He's just going to get his TCs up and running. He's got 2 downs, getting a 3rd one at the back, and he's again with the T-balls. I always feel like if you got T-balls like this, why just go on the aggressive? Because you look pretty safe. You should be thinking.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean, but at the same time, it usually costs more to attack than to defend.
Yeah. Oh, well, here we go, though. He's going to move out, but he's going to walk maybe to the path.
I think that's a mistake. I guess he didn't know their armies were there, but still, it was I think it was a mistake. I think he should just stay at home and boom and go make army. I'm not saying don't make army, but focus more on going up. And you can afford to make less army because you can defend from behind your walls, and your opponent needs to come forward with siege or something, and then your boom is ahead of theirs.
Well,
So I think defending behind walls is the best way to play, really.
you can say that, but on the stats wise, I'm looking at right now. Westerlo's on 53 bills and got his third TC up before Sticky Fingers. I think maybe because of all that walling, all his houses and stuff, was kind of cost him the wood front, just a small mix. He was still making quite a lot of crossbows too, so it's kind of one of those weird things that generally you are correct, generally speaking, but in this case, it's I think the sheer amount of walling that he has done, especially with the houses, has. In that occasion, wouldn't it just be a bit wiser just to stonewall and go on to stone maybe a couple bills? Wouldn't that be more worth it just in wood cost? Like,
Yeah.
all he needs is 100
Probably
wood for the
even.
mining camp, and then you should have enough people on stone to keep that stone wall up, and then just have enough to do the TCs. I don't know. It's kind of those weird things that it
No,
kind of
no,
depends.
I agree. People kind of are not afraid to stonewall, but people don't stonewall in team games as much as they
I
should
don't.
at
So
this level, anyway.
I don't.
Like, I'm sure if this was, you know, Tyrant versus SY and something final, I'm sure they would have stonewalled.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, all the top tier one teams will just definitely do it.
In big tournament games.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
Friendlies, but in tournament games that matter.
It's so easy though when
It's
we
really
talk.
always the way to go.
It's so easy when we talk about these games. They're like, oh yeah, why don't you just do this? And then like for me anyway, I'm in a game. I'm just like, all right, I've died 26 minutes in. Like, my bad, guys. So I even though I'm saying all this, I'm not exactly any of a good player. So I can't like.
Well, you don't have to be
Oh yeah, even
to,
still, but
to
still.
know the right. Like, you can talk about a football game and say what he should have done. Doesn't mean that you can do it yourself.
Well, unless you're Robbie Savage, then he's God, right?
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know who Robbie Savage is, have a look up on Robbie Savage, and yeah, he has a lot to say about a lot of things. Bless his soul.
Yeah. The less said about Robbie Savage, the better.
Yeah, basically. All right, so up at top, looks like a Mangonel's come out right now from Valis, and I think he's trying to get a good fight here, but it doesn't look so clean. I don't think. Oh, here we go though.
I don't know who wins this. Oh, I guess Valas does because they ran away. I think. Oh, because Kaidza has +2 defense. Repard only has +1.
Right, yeah, +1, yeah, the +2. That's really helped out, and also the Mangonels caused a little bit of distraction, allowing those crossbows to get a lot of free shots off on those knights in the first place. It's kind of those weird things. I didn't think the engagement was so great from Kaidza and Balas, but then it then worked out all right at the end there. It's kind of weird. I was like, oh, it could end up being a draw there, but I think the disengage wasn't so good, and now they're going to lose a lot. I think here they're not too careful.
Yeah, and he shouldn't stay there. No, he's not going to. I thought he was going to stand in the hole and
Oh yeah,
kill the knights, but he just died to the crossbows on the hill.
I need to communicate a little bit better here because the knights here from Repo tried to go up the hill. I'm not too sure what that was the entire plan. Now he's going to definitely go back. Fortunately, there's no ballistics on those crossbows because
If Valas had ballistics, then he would have killed 4
yeah.
knights probably.
Absolutely. So back that way they go. Looks like another archer range is coming up from Arrow. It's going to start pumping out more. Again, that's another thing that sometimes can be lacking in sometimes in team games is that like you do the 2 ranges and do eco, then it's like sometimes you really need to put that 3rd and 4th range down at some point, like now, because your opponent might do so, or you didn't have a good engagement, and they need to start like ramping up the military because you can get just easily wiped. I think actually a siege workshop would be really nice right now for Arya, but I'm not seeing it. I think he's just confident in the knights from Repard to deal with the problem.
Wasserluft is about to hit the Imperial Age, and Sticky Fingers only just clicked.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's true.
But we see Sticky Fingers is doing what I said, and he is taking that corner. So, I think he's gone a little bit too late, to be honest. But if he does get the stone walls up for the corner, that's going to be big for their team.
Alright, okay, I'll check that in a second. Still, the fighting's continuing. Valas has got the ballistics upgrade now. It's going to go back up to the hill. Repard looked at. Now he's going to engage. It was actually a good fight. They got the hill. The knights now from Repard have got +2 armor, so that was a very good fight taken there. I was a bit worried because the knights weren't doing anything for a second. I was like, okay, yeah, it's, wake up, maybe a little bit. And then they did, so all is good. Now let's go back, of course. Yeah, so the stone walls are now coming up. Very nice there from Sticky Fingers. It will also limit the raiding for sure from
Yeah, well,
Wasserluft.
he sent 2 vills to wall, and then when Wasserluft hit the Imperial Age, Sticky Fingers sent like 6 more vills. So he knows that he's in trouble, and he needs to gate this bottom bit. He's not going to get it up, I don't think.
I do, in a way, I kind of like yeah, this walling, but it's kind of weird because Sticky Fingers, he didn't get the bodkin out, which is fine as long as you're booming, which he was, but he was a little bit late in the comparison. But do you think the amount of crossbows that he had, one, he didn't do much, very defensive, but do you think maybe, okay, he is getting bodkin arrow now. I guess you'll get the arbalest, most likely. I mean, maybe you should because there's so many, or
Well, he's doing bodkin arrow, so yeah, he is going to do
yeah.
arbs. I don't think he should. No, actually, yeah, no, he has the res. Check his res. Is he even slung? That seems like a lot of res. I'm going to check.
Fingers, res. Oh my god, that's just terrifying. Oh my god. But
So
is he pumping though?
With those res, yes, he should do Arbalest.
Is he?
Also, he has Winchester doing woads, so maybe he's just going to go full Arbalest. He might not even do. Yeah, he has no barracks. Yeah, he's going full Arbalest.
Alright, okay, so
With the road raiders from Sticky Fingers. And that's a really nice gate. Well, it would have been a nice gate if he'd finished it, but as it is, it's a diagonal gate, so Wasserluft can just walk straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I hate diagonal gates so much. I think he's gonna disengage.
He saw the army and ran back.
Mm. But when we talk about the Aztecs here and going Arbalest, okay, Arbalest is a good idea and everything, and Bracer and whatnot. However, they don't have Thumb Ring, and I feel like that's such a huge upgrade that you don't get. Like, the output of damage is just not, or anything like that, is just not so good. It's still, that army is so huge, but...
Yeah, I don't know. If you think about the army composition from both people, so you've got the Celt's pocket, who's very boomed, and the best unit he can make is Woad Raiders.
Right.
So you don't really want to say to him, you know, I'm going to do Eagles, which is kind of the same as Woad Raiders. So you do something else. When he has the better army, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's one of those weird things. Oh, actually, that war was never finished. That's how the Eagles are getting through. Interesting. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of those weird situations. So I wonder what the response is going to be out from Wasserluft and from of course, the other Celt player. Maybe some oranges might come in soon. In the near future.
Yes, Wasserluft needs to do. Wasserluft's pocket, which is Hasuki, needs to do siege more than Woads. Yeah, he is doing Woads.
We are seeing that preparation for the late game, though. You know, Hashuki has gone for the stone walls. Wasserluft's got pretty decent walls up as well. I think most of the walling's done actually by Hashuki. Up at the top, though, let's have a little quick peek at what's going on. Well, a castle's just been built there by Ariat. I love that location generally. I think it's king of the hill. Why not? And we're seeing Kaita going for war wagons. All right, nice. What do you think about this? I'm curious.
I think. What do I think?
I think it's a weird.
I think if they don't die in the next 3 or 4 minutes, then it'll be a good choice. But I think they will die in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
It's gonna get elite war wagon done.
This is probably over now.
Yeah, because now the Treb's gonna start coming out from Ariat, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I feel like Onager would have been a much better call here because that would have done so much more damage. Halberso, basically.
Halberso is what he should have done.
That's generally
I think, anyway.
the thinking for Korean late game in general.
Yeah.
I can see the somewhat validity, but you have to rely on your flank ballast to get a lot of Arbalists. But unfortunately, they were forced into that fight a little bit here, and Ballastos just lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, war wagons are a weird unit. They're very strong, but I think you need to have a lot of them.
Yeah,
they're kind of like one of those units that needs to be massed to be effective.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually casting a game earlier, and I was watching the Max play Persians, and he was going into war elephants, and then they're super strong, but they initially got annihilated by the Mamelukes. It was 10 of them, and I was like, it needs 30 or so. Then the Max gets 35, 40 of them, and just steamrolls one side. I was like, okay, there we go. Anyway,
you need a lot of them, and they're so expensive. They are. I mean, they're not as strong as elephants, but they're sort of a similar unit. They're in the same vein.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely right. And look at Repard's though. Repard's gone for the Cavalier option, which is very interesting. 'Cause he's
I think Cavalier's a better choice than
yeah.
Warwagon.
In this occasions, it's actually quite good because it's providing that sort of frontline tank, I call it. And then the Arbalists, so many of them will be able to just try and pick off what they can. And now we've just seen Kaiser lose 2 castles basically.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt the production so much. He's got 2 left. He's got 2 castles I can see left anyway.
Yeah, and Ariat's just going to sit his Arbalest on that hill, and the Warwagons are starting to get to a
Ooh.
good number, but there's still only like 15 of them.
Here's the Onagers though, we're talking. Ballas has got them this time.
Onager shots? Not very good.
It's all spread out. It's very hard, I think, to get decent ones in. But they should do a decent cleanup job though, or okay, not if you fire out like that and just.
Ooh, check the Woad Raiders. Sorry, check the Woad Raiders in the middle. Hashuki's going for the big base raid on Repard. Repard's seen it. He's trying to cook walls. I don't think he's going to get the walls. No, he's not.
All right. Well, how's this going to work out? I wonder. We saw it in the last game. It was a bit different, of course, but the Woad Raiders, they can just destroy a base. Oh, look at these quick walls in the house. Oh, come on, don't get this.
He needed to use siege workshops, and he needed to use about 5 vills, not 1.
Oh, but look at Vinchester's response. Look at that. There's also been some eagle raiding, which has been quite nice, but like that's better, I think, than instead of just sending like 20 woads in, because Vinchester responded so well by sending his own. Like 2 eagles is just enough, just to annoy, pick off vills, left, right, center.
Yeah. Well, the top end side has really stabilised in favour of Kaiser. He's got that, 20 or so. Well, I think it was the Onagers from Valas that changed the complexion of the fight.
So now Aret's going to respond by going into skirmishes, and it's not a bad option. It's just the problem is one, the Onagers will take care of it, but the Korean war wagons is just so tanky that you need like 30 of them to or maybe more than 30 to try and at least try and pick them off. But again, the Onagers will just clean up house, so it's just like why.
Yeah, I actually think Halbs would have been a better transition. I suppose Elite Skirmishes is a much easier transition because obviously he's got the ranges, he's got the upgrades.
And now I think, go ahead.
Especially Japanese Halbs.
Now this comes to a point for me personally where I think Repard should be starting to get siege. Like Korean Cavalier was a good idea to begin with, but now that this has been stabilized, he needs to start thinking of something other. Okay, he's going to go with war wagons himself. Well, okay, then. Why not?
Yeah. I guess they like war wagons. I mean, war wagons are strong. They're good. And as we've just seen, Kaiser's,
Oh, look at the south. Lots of oranges coming in right now from Hashuki. That's what we're talking about. That response is very nice. Doesn't help push it. Looks like some siege rounds have come out from Vinchester. Again, this side's sort of stabilized out. Nothing really much to talk about, honestly.
I really do think that the Russian team are miles ahead, though, because of the trade. As I said in Feudal Age, or whenever I said it, whoever takes the corner early is going to get a lot more trade up. And if you look at the trade of the Russian team already, like Vinchester looks like he's got probably not far off the right number of carts. Let me look. Yeah, he's got 30 trade carts or 27 trade carts already.
Well, they need to start making it a bit more efficient though, just soon enough, because I mean, thankfully the gate's not actually blocking anything, but it is going to be interestingly enough.
Look at Ariat as well at the top. He's sending 1 Arbalest just to sit in that corner. Oh, it's not denying the market.
It's hitting the market though, so he does see.
But it's not hitting the village.
Well, I like how he's pulling the market, but the stone wall hasn't sort of been finished yet, so it's kind of like.
Further up.
Alright, okay, well, let's just see how that one pans out. So now we're seeing Cat Rams coming out from the Japs just going sort of full siege here, not really much in terms of the army numbers, going skirms, but.
Well, Rams are so strong against war wagons.
Yes, they are. It's a very good response, considering it's also skirms from.
Yeah.
Oh, but also Samurai. Arya is so on point. He's recognizing.
Yeah, Samurai is the best unit the Japanese can make.
Yeah.
By far. Like I said, Halbs because I didn't know he had castles, but he has made 3 castles now. Although he's got them in very dangerous places.
Yeah, he did commit a lot of castles forward. Like the Wonder Hill's great, but the following 2, it kind of leaves them a little bit exposed. But I think they're gonna be okay because there's no real extra follow up apart from the Rams, and they can be dealt with very easily. So I'm not really too concern. Now it's going to be BBTs on top of this from Repard.
Yeah, I prefer like Sam's. Well, obviously, Samurai War Wagon is a lot stronger than War Wagon plus Skirm.
Oh yeah, hugely. It's providing a big problem for the Japanese, like for Valas, because it's like, well, what the hell do I do against this? Like, what? Like, nothing much. There's BBTs coming up. There's, there's the Samurai Skirms, like War Wagons.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of hard right now. I mean,
big shots on the bottom, big onager shots.
Big shots. Oh, we just missed. Just caught it. Wow. Oh my god. Oh wow, that was such good shots. But even still, they're going to lose all the siege. The Eagles are going to wrap around. Oh, the Eagles. The Eagles are coming and they died. Wow, great shots by Winchester. I think that was a ground attack as well by both attempts. Wow, I mean, great shots from both sides. But I love Sticky Fingers' transition now. He's gone from the Arbalest, knowing that they're just sort of redundant, and going in for the Jaguars. Takes care of the Eagles sort of well, and also does decent against the Onagers too. So, nice reactions.
Yeah, Ariat's so good. I think Ariat's better than Winchester in team game. He's so strong. Look at his score with Japanese flank.
Oh, it's just disgusting. Like, honestly, he's played so well. This game, he's getting blast furnace. Oh yeah, he's getting blast furnace. That's good.
He's taking the middle now with castles, and he's going to push into the Koreans' base through the middle.
Yeah, so well played.
Score difference now. I think this is probably over.
Yeah, he's even asking G. They got no trade up. I mean, they're just getting pushed on both sides pretty much. I mean, I'll look at the bottom once more. Yeah, they're slowly pushing in, but it's enough anyway, nonetheless, to cause enough problems. Because even if they're not really pushing, they're draining resources nonetheless, and that will still make them push later on in the end. So it's very well played there. Yeah, it just doesn't look so good. But going back to Ariat, another reason why he's played so well is because I feel like especially in this late game situation, he's been like one step ahead of the other Japanese guy or the other two. Because he's like, okay, well, let's go Skirms, and he's like, well, now I think they're probably going to make Onagers or whatever. I probably need to get Samurai, and then probably because his economy wasn't so set up for it, just going crossbows and so on, and now he's got it all sorted out. It was like easy. There we go.
I think it was the pockets that sort of dictated that.
Yeah, and there we go.
The fact that
Yep.
His pocket went war wagons, which, as we said at the time, is so slow to mass. It meant that Ariat managed to push in, and they killed two of Valas's castles in that moment.
Yes, that is also very true.
On the hill that he lost, and then he was building another one that got to like 90%, but then got denied and destroyed.
And they also killed two of Kaiser's castles, so that's like four castles.
Also two of Kaiser's castles. So I think that little moment there was where they won the game, on the top anyway.
Yeah, and the stats prove it as well. 283, 31 buildings destroyed. Ariat MVP by a long shot for a flank of Japanese. Incredible. Also, Winchester played very well. I feel like Kaiser was MVP. He did play relatively solid. Just I think the War Wagon choice, it's not a bad idea. It's just I don't think it was most successful. I'm just going to back up from the game and I'm going to go to Lou and I'll be right back.